Good day, everyone, and welcome to the Mag Show. Today, we are going to be talking about Grand Theft Auto 6. Yes, I'm sure everybody and their mothers have already heard that GTA 6 has been officially delayed to May 26, 2026. Now, that being the case, what happened? Yes, I know there's a million people out there and people all over social media telling me the same thing, and on my YouTube channel, even right now, going back to some of my previous videos saying, we all knew this was going to happen, Meg. You're not wrong. You're absolutely not wrong, because Rockstar does have a very, very long history of delaying games, especially within the 6-month window or so of the tentative release date, right? And now the interesting thing is, you actually go back. I did a video about 2 months ago where I said mixed messages from Take-Two. That was from the last earnings call, where I also didn't believe them. I didn't believe that they were going to release the game in 2025, but Strauss-Zelnick ensured everybody that it was coming out in 2025. And then he went off to another interview and then said, but there might be slippage. And I'm like, dude, you know what I mean? Which one is it? Is it not coming out or is it coming out? Well, we got our answer, obviously. But the thing is, investors are not very happy. We'll get into that in just a moment. So anyways, back to it. Myself, a lot of other YouTubers, and a lot of other people in the industry all heard the same thing, that even up until yesterday, we had still heard that it was coming out in November of this year, mid-November to be exact. Placeholders of mid-November, November 13th was a number that has been going around quite a bit. And then all of a sudden on the other side of the fence, you have a lot of people saying, no, they always delay and this is what's going to happen. And then, of course, then they delay. And so, like I said, mixed messages, right? Well, back to the investors. The investors not very happy about the situation. As you check right now, as of 9:33 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, the Take-Two stocks have tanked. And that is because investors are pissed. And why? Because if they're investing in something and with the assurance that we're going to make money in this quarter or in this fiscal year, whatever, and it doesn't happen, well, then they're like, well, what are we doing here? So apparently Zelnick made a very panicky statement saying, guys, hang on. And I believe, I'm going to not really quote, I'm going to misquote, but he did say something along the effects of, we're going to be making more money than God. Okay? And I'm like, okay, that's cool and all, but you said this, and this to those investors under false pretense. Even if it's not false pretense, but to them it's going to seem like false pretense. They're not going to be happy and they're going to back out. Maybe they may reinvest later into 2026. Who knows? But either way, not a great look. Now, another interesting thing that I actually shout out to Wandering Dutch, because he's the one who brought it up and I didn't even think of this, is that what happened with all these other games? Like, for example, Xbox has Fable coming out. And there were, of course, obviously, they delay the game for more polish and everything else. But, we have to also consider the fact that a lot of games were delayed into 2026 to avoid Grand Theft Auto 6, right? And now, as it stands with a late spring, early summer release date for Grand Theft Auto 6, that puts Fable directly back into the firing squad, right in the same category, because that's exactly when they were supposed to release, somewhere in there as well. And I'm like, well, come on, man, you just can't seem to win with these guys. And I spoke to some other people, other publishers out there, people who work for publishers, are also saying the same thing. It's like, a lot of us were delaying our games into 2026 because of GTA 6, the big fat-ass hippopotamus that just keeps getting in everybody's way. You're sitting on the airplane, and then there's this huge hippopotamus, and you're just trying to drink your little coffee and open your little bag of pretzels, and there's a big fat hippopotamus over here, and they just can't seem to make up their goddamn mind. So, guys, get it worked out. You are affecting the entire industry. This is not the time. Yes, it's a great year for gaming. Let's not forget that. It's an incredible year for gaming, a record year for gaming. What incredible games we are having coming out. Xbox Game Pass right now is crushing it. You've got Death Stranding and Ghost of Yotei for the other side of the fence coming out. You got great third parties going on over there. So you got things going on at PlayStation, things going on at Xbox. Nintendo is launching a new console. But at the same time of all that, you've got record layoffs. You've also got a global increase in prices from Nintendo and from Microsoft, and I'm sure Sony's sure to follow suit. You know what I'm saying? This is not the time to start pissing off other people in the industry and causing so much strife, but that seems to be what they're doing. But I digress. There's nothing we can do about it. It's going to come out when it comes out, and that's all there is to it. But either way, what I think we should be focusing on right now is the fact that right now we are having some incredible gaming experiences as we speak. I mean, we're having like game of the generation style games coming out right now. Expedition 33, absolute game of the year, in my opinion. I mean, I think it's taken first place over Split Fiction for me. You've had Kingdom Come Deliverance already, Monster Hunter. We've had South of Midnight. Then we've got Doom coming up, Death Stranding. We've got Tony Hawk in the summer, 3 and 4. We've got Mafia, Borderlands, Ghost of Yotei, Call of Duty. These are big games. Now, the other thing is, of course, still flying around in the atmosphere. We've still got this Gears of War collection. God knows what's happening with that. And I'm sure we'll hear something about it at the June showcase. And then, of course, Gears E-Day, which I still don't believe is coming out in 2025. However, could that change now that GTA's big fat ass is no longer blocking the aisle? Maybe they do drop E-Day now. Who knows? But I'll save that for another video. We'll have a discussion about that then. But either way, everybody have yourself a wonderful day and stay magnificent.